Hey friends, welcome to week 63. It's been a crazy week. I've been up and down. When I last talked to you, it was New Year's Day, which seems like forever ago. I had my follow up with my surgeon post gallbladder removal. And as it turned out, one of the incisions was slightly infected. So I've been on antibiotics for several days and now I'm off antibiotics, and I had the follow up with the surgeon today and all is well. I'm still a little sore in my ab area. The incisions not so much, they're a little itchy. I don't know if I just forgot about my gastric bypass and my lap band surgery. Sorry, my bangs. Um, but I feel like the gallbladder has been like more of a pain in the butt. As you can see, like right there, that is my heating pad. Because I haven't been able to have much core strength or, ab strength, my back hurts. And so in the evenings, I've been putting the heating pad on my back. And that helps. So at least I can, be comfortable enough to fall asleep, because I was having some trouble being able to sleep, especially earlier in this week. Like I guess Monday and Tuesday were probably the worst. And then I found out from the surgeon today that it's common that people just aren't able to sleep just being on your side. She said some people get lidocaine patches and put them on. I think I'm past that point now. I think I'm probably okay. I take Tylenol PM anyway, so I don't think it's a big issue. I haven't said stats yet. Stats. So, like I said, it's been an up and down week. And I am currently up 1.2 pounds, down 86.2 since surgery, and down 109.2 since my highest weight. I think there's lots of things for why I'm up a pound, 1.2 pounds. Part of it is I haven't been eating the best. I'm still like snacking too much. One of my 20 for 2020 goals is to stop snacking after 8 o'clock. I know I've brought this up so many times, and it really is an issue for me. Another issue is sort of having something right when I get home rather than having like my meal. And I get home like around 4:30 or so, and it just seems too early for dinner, and so I'll have something like a string cheese, and maybe like sugar snap peas and hummus. So there's probably like 250 calories right there, which is a typical meal for me. And then I'll wait till 7 and actually have my meal. And then like around 8:30, then I'm like snacking. I've mentioned before, like my hunger window seems to be every 2 hours. And at my last follow-up with the surgeon, she mentioned I should have bigger meals and that would tide me over. And I did that in November and did have bigger meals. But I still found myself snacking. So because I wasn't able to change my behavior yet, I have been going back to smaller meals, or like about 150 calories max for my meal, because my calories were increasing. They weren't decreasing. I wasn't feeling like less hungry, whether it's head hunger or real hunger. So I'm going to try and, brush my teeth at like 7:30 right after dinner, and try and get my snacking under control. Like I said, it's not like huge snacks. It's just calories that I don't need. And I am not a classic emotional eater like I think other people are. For me, the only emotion is boredom in the evening. And it's usually like if I'm trying to stay awake, like finish like a Bravo show, I'll like grab a string cheese or something to like physically be doing something to keep my mind awake instead of like passing out. Like I said, I take Tylenol PM, or some sort of like over-the-counter sleeping pill anyway, and I'm just trying to like get past that so I can stay up an extra 10 or 15 minutes. I know it's silly, and I know I've talked about this forever, and that's also like one of the things that I think it's always important to remember. It actually came up today. The nurse who took my blood pressure when I went for my follow-up for my gallbladder removal, I can't remember how it came up, but she had mentioned that she's lost a lot of weight, and she said that it was because of her divorce, which I thought was funny. But when she said it, I said, "Oh, did you get gastric bypass?" And this was not, my gallbladder surgeon wasn't the same as my gastric bypass surgeon. So it wasn't related to that. I just, I don't know, I guess I asked. And I think she probably thought I was asking because, maybe I was interested, or, I don't know, downplaying her accomplishment. I don't know. Not in a mean way, but she was very, over the top in expressing her concern against gastric bypass, and said that she had friends that had done it and had a really horrible time. And she was like, "No, I just wanted to do it all on my own and slow." And I don't know if she said slow actually, but she said it was about 2 years, which I assume will probably be, my journey. And that's awesome for her. But it was a little bit uncomfortable when I mentioned, I was like, "Oh, I was just asking because I got gastric bypass a little over a year ago." And there's still, I think, people are going to think that you took a shortcut. And in a way, obviously, yes, we did take a shortcut. But the reason I'm mentioning it is there are things that just don't go away, like my eating habit at night. Or my eating habit if I don't have anything to do at work. 2 days ago, for the first time, I bought something from the cafe from the cafe in my workplace, just because I was snacky and I didn't have anything to eat. I had finished all my food that I brought, which wasn't a huge amount of food, just my normal breakfast and lunch. And so I went and got pop chips. And so it was, I think, 80 calories for a pack. The carbs weren't too bad. I think it was 14 carbs. But still, I mean, it's empty food. It doesn't do anything for you except for be an activity. And I was kind of bummed that I did that, except for when they rung it up, because it was $2.50 or something. I mean, I'm too cheap. I'm too cheap for that. But anyway, the point is that gastric bypass still has that view of being a shortcut. And like I said, in some ways it is. In a lot of ways it is. But you're still going to have the same issues. As far as slider foods that go down easy. If you eat just up to the amount of sugar that doesn't make you sick, and you do it several times a day, or several times a week, whatever. And so I just wanted to mention that, because I did have, that conversation, and, you just have to get over it. That people are going to have their views about what you've done, no matter how you've done it. And that's okay. I don't have to convince her otherwise, and she doesn't have to convince me that her way was better. I didn't ask what her friends went through, or anything like that. But anyway, I am doing an interview on Monday, which I'll share the link once it's up, basically about how I lost 100 pounds, or now 109 pounds. But I'll share that once it's available, and it should be interesting. It's someone that I haven't seen since before I lost weight. He has a very interesting personality, and I'll just say that there will be some fun things that will happen during the interview, and rest assured, I know about all of them, and I will not be offended because we've already talked about it. And you know, you kind of have to know him to get it. And I've always thought that it's good not to, you know, explain the joke to people, because it's a lot more satisfying knowing that the people that got it on their own. That's something that Scott Adams basically has taught me, not me personally, but like through his books and tweets and things like that. So that is about all for this week. Sorry if it was boring. I'm getting a bang trim tomorrow. Can you tell? Like I cannot stop messing with them. They're so long. Anyway, that's it for week 63. I'm hoping to have a good week next week. I will have some travel. Actually, my first travel experience on like non-car travel. Monday and Tuesday, I'll be taking the Amtrak up to New York for the interview, and we'll see how that goes. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is like my luggage and being able to lift things and all of that. I think I'll be okay, surgery wise, like if it's okay to lift things and all that, but I guess we'll find out. So thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next week.